All right, you guys, we're going to hop into our second Uma Musume video essay by Pyrex. We're going to check out The Rice Shower, A Tragic Tale of Hope and Hardship. We remember Rice Shower pretty well. She had a pretty interesting arc in season 2, going up against McQueen. So let's check this out. Let's go, guys.
What does it mean to win? In Uma Musume, it means placing first in your race, besting the competition. Sometimes fan favorites win their respective races, and other times someone can challenge their position, upsetting the odds and emerging victorious.
We saw that
But what
with
happens
Rice
when
Shower.
This individual fears the results of winning. Instead of embracing victory, she rather shies away from it. In finding strength to win against all odds, she's instead saddened by the dreams of others she's tarnished. And Uma with a pure heart, who truly wants to see everyone happy, even at the cost of her own. This is the story of Rice Shower.
Rice Shower. Man, I remember how upset that made me. The way the crowd was reacting to Rice Shower winning. When they were expecting McQueen to win that race and Rice Shower came in and she beat her, I remember how upset I was at the crowd's reaction and how that made her feel. I hated that. I hated that so much. Let's go.
Personified in Uma Musume from a tragic story of real-life events.
Oh, wow.
Rice Shower is a racehorse named after the tradition of rice throwing at weddings in Japan, a symbol of good luck in Japanese culture. His first race was on August 8, 1991 at the Nagito Racecourse. Rice Shower would place first in this race, instantly captivating an audience of onlookers.
Okay.
Though his second race would end at the back of the pack, the next race Rice Shower participated in on September 21, 1991, would be another victory for the newcomer. This time, Rice Shower claimed victory at the 1991 Fuyo Stakes, held at the Nakayama Racecourse. Now, you may be thinking to yourself, Pyrex, this seems like a simple story of a new racehorse building an audience by seizing victory.
Well,
though you're not wrong in this statement. It's the career wins that come next that will make Rice Shower infamous in the racing world. From October 1991 to 1992, Rice Shower competed in a total of 6 additional races, placing second or below at each one.
Oh, wow.
It would be at the Kika Sho race held in Kyoto that would shake the racing world in Japan.
Ooh.
Just like in Uma Musume, the real-life counterparts also had a hierarchy of favoritism on who would come out on top. For this race, held on November 8, 1992, Rice Shower was the second favorite to win. The favorite of the Kika Sho was Mihono Bourbon, the retail-based racehorse with an undefeated race
I forgot about how did I forget about Bourbon?
From Bourbon's debut in 1991 up until the Kika Sho, he remained a strong pillar, a hometown hero for the Kyoto area. Rice Shower, having trained in the East, was widely seen as an invader from Kanto.
Oh,
a narrative driven by the media, mainly to drum up drama and hype around the highly anticipated race.
Oh, that's insane.
Even in the anime, all the Umas may have rivalries, but they're never malicious towards one another.
Yeah.
This is another example of that sense. All the coverage of this race garnered countless eyes of the hometown hero versus the foreign invader.
The foreign invader is wild.
Of this race in particular, but all that remains are records of the final outcome. Rice Shower would upset all odds, placing first in the Kika Sho. This would come as a major blow to fans of the fan favorite, Mihono Bourbon. For context, Bourbon had competed in a total of 4 races previously against Rice Shower, placing first in every single
all of them,
one.
yeah, okay.
So it comes as no surprise that he'd be the fan favorite at the Kika Sho. This would also be Bourbon's final race in their career, ending an undefeated legacy shattered by an invader from the East.
Right, because wasn't she injured in the anime after that race, and we didn't really see her participate after that. Am I misremembering that? It feels so long ago.
An overall race record of 7-1,
and that one loss.
8 races total. After the major upset of the Kika Sho, Rice Shower raced in 3 more competitions from December 1992 to March 1993. Aside from the Nikkei Sho, held on March 21, 1993, Rice Shower would have an unremarkable performance after defeating Bourbon. Then, the sun rose over the Kyoto racetrack once more on April 25, 1993.
Excuse me.
Just like before, Rice Shower was seen as the second favorite to win this race. Once again,
is this the McQueen race?
Vote by another Rito racehorse. This time, on the same race course that Rice Shower defeated Bourbon on, he'd be racing against Mejido
McQueen. Oh, this is the
race
one.
Is actually depicted in
the
anime,
God.
and truly personifies the reason why Rice Shower acts the way she does both in the series and in Uma Musume Pretty Derby. If you haven't trained Rice Shower, I'll give it to you as simply as I can.
Okay.
She is incredibly difficult to train.
Oh
Rice
gosh.
Shower in the anime is very hard on herself and sees any misfortunes that fall on others as a fault of her own. There are events in the
That's
game where she'll
true.
attribute any negative happening to anyone as her own personal fault. Even with her outwardly kind-hearted exterior and determination to win, instead of cheers, the audience remained a distant murmur.
Yeah.
Rice Shower, when racing against McQueen in the Tenno Sho, would once again upset all odds, toppling yet another racehorse with an impressive track record. Though not as impressive as Bourbon's, McQueen had claimed several first-place finishes and
Yeah.
had risen to being a fan favorite. To many, McQueen was the one who toppled the invader from the east who stole Bourbon's
The invader
final
from
win.
the east. I don't know why that
This
bothers
race,
me.
once again, is shown in full in the anime. As another fun fact, Uma Musume actually adapts the real-life lines from commentators of the race.
Yes, I
To
remember
say
you
this
guys
was
mentioning
a major
that.
upset would be a drastic understatement. It was a devastating blow to the pride of the West. Not once, but twice, had Rice Shower assassinated the victory
Assassinated
of
the
the hometown heroes
victory.
he
Oh
raced
God.
against. This earned
Make it
Rice
sound so
Shower the
malicious.
nickname Black Assassin, and
Damn.
began the solidification of his infamy on the racetrack. In the anime, fans comment on how Rice Shower will be the heel once again, directly taking inspiration from real-life events.
That bothered me so
Rice
much.
Shower, both in Uma Musume and in real life, is often labeled as a heel who shattered others' dreams. In the anime, Rice Shower states mid-race that she won't be the heel, but instead, the hero. With this, Rice Shower passes McQueen with the final spurt of the race, taking victory over yet another fan favorite.
Damn.
The audience didn't cheer, didn't clap, but instead began booing Rice Shower. Distant murmurs can be heard of a disappointed audience who were unsatisfied with the final outcome.
This is bringing back those feelings I
Rice
had when I
Shower
watched
in
that
the
episode.
anime had set a record time, which also reflects real-life events once more. Despite the record-setting race and the amazing performance, Rice Shower received nothing but glaring eyes from the audience. Though McQueen and a few others clapped for her in the anime, it can't shake the feeling Rice has from taking yet another person's dream away from them. When retreating away from the racetrack, Rice is clearly disheveled. She had won the race, but still had upset thousands of people who were there to witness her loss. The beautiful thing about Uma Musume is how they show the next scene. It isn't a random trainer nor Uma that comes to comfort Rice. It is instead Mihono Bourbon, the very same one who Rice defeated at the Kika Sho. Instead of glorifying her own win, Rice Shower is completely devastated.
Oh, you're gonna play the scene? Oh gosh.
優勝おめでとう、ダイス。
Man.
たくさんの夢を
Man.
壊してしまいました。
Oh god.
それが勝つという
That's what,
ことです
yes.
勝負ですからね。誰かが勝てば誰かは傷つき夢破れる、そういうものです。ブーイングって痛いですね。
Of course.
やっぱり痛かったです。ブーイングはチャレンジャーの勲章です。傷つく必要はありません。でもいつかこれが歓喜と祝福の声にな
Did
る
it
日が
ever though? It
必ず
doesn't
来ます。
sound like it.
あなたが勝ち続ければきっと。だってあなたの名前はライスシャワーなんですから。
Damn. I almost want to rewatch.
Even after
Oh,
all the
man.
effort she put into winning, all the countless hours she spent training,
Yes.
she felt guilty for toppling others' dreams. In every race that we run with our Umas, that's something else to think about. With the victory you claim, it shatters the hopes of another. This is the reality of competition.
That's competition,
as Bourbon
yeah.
States. In the anime,
That's sports
Rice
in
Shower and
general.
Bourbon are actually very close friends, and the spirit of competition is only present when they're on the racetrack. It's an uplifting choice of direction to depict these two being so close despite the major upset that came with Bourbon's defeat. Though this is a beautiful ending in the animated Rice Shower story, the real-life counterpart of this Uma had a far sadder ending. Following the Tenno Sho, Rice Shower would continue to race, but would have an unremarkable placement for the next 9 races he participated in,
Damn.
ranging from September of 1993 to March of 1995. This only solidified Rice Shower's image of ruining greatness due to his major wins being upsets like McQueen's and Bourbon's. Then came yet another major event in Rice Shower's career. On April 23rd of 1995, Rice Shower competed in the Spring Tenno Sho, once more on the very same racetrack where Rice shattered the dreams of many.
Mm-hmm.
During this time, the Kansai region had been recovering from a devastating Hushin
Oh,
earthquake which
God.
occurred in January. A mourning region watched as Rice Shower began the race at the Spring Tenno Sho. At the final spurt, once more, Rice Shower seized another victory in the Kyoto racecourse.
Mm.
Instead of receiving silence and boos, this time, Rice Shower was greeted with the applause and outward cries of the
Good.
audience.
Okay.
This victory meant a lot for the Kansai region, and stood as a source of hope and inspiration for
I
a
see.
grieving
Okay.
region. With a legacy that began an upset, Rice Shower now has solidified himself as a hero.
I
Due to
like
Rice
that.
Shower's rising popularity, he was considered to be placed in the Takarazuka Kinen race.
Mm-hmm.
Due to unstable conditions at the Hushin racecourse, the Takarazuka was moved to Kyoto, the place where Rice Shower had been both a savior and a spoiler.
And a spoiler.
Previously, Rice
Damn.
Shower, as per their handler's choice, were planning to retire him after the Spring Tenno Sho.
Okay.
However, seeing the public support of the racehorse caused them to reconsider.
They kept going? Okay.
So, on June 4th, 1995, Rice Shower would take the racecourse once more. With countless fans supporting him, Rice Shower and his jockey, Matoba, planned to give it their all once again. Sadly though, this would be Rice Shower's final race,
Mm.
and the final time anyone would see Rice Shower alive.
Oh,
Matoba,
no.
Rice Shower's jockey, stated following this race that he could sense something was off. This was not the time to win, but to instead tread lightly. The safety of Rice Shower was his top priority.
Damn.
However, Rice Shower had other plans in mind. As Matoba attempted to keep Rice Shower at the back of the pack, after the third turn, he suddenly accelerated by himself.
Okay.
This
Whoa.
resulted in Rice Shower tripping, sending Matoba off the horse.
Oh, never mind. I
As
was
the
getting
race
excited.
continued, one of the most tragic outcomes unfolded for this newfound hero. Rice Shower had suffered a comminuted fracture on his front leg and foot, as well as a dislocation.
Oh,
In
God.
most cases, horses are moved off the racetrack and tend to away from the racecourse.
But
Sadly, the injuries were too severe to even move Rice Shower, and so a
I didn't
curtain
want to
was
see
placed
it. I didn't want
around
to
Rice
see it.
Shower, and he was euthanized on the very racetrack that made him a hero. Matoba, though
Wait, what?
injured,
Wait. Oh, my. See, I'm very thankful the anime did not go this route with a lot of their stories, because I'm realizing a lot of these horses have tragic ends to their stories in real life, and I'm very happy the anime didn't go in that direction for a lot of these stories, because now that I'm hearing the end of Rice Shower's story, I believe something similar happened to Suzuka, and that's how Suzuka's career ended as well, if I'm not mistaken. It's just sad. It's how much I didn't want to see it, and they showed it, but I'm happy they didn't show
remained by
anything
Rice
more.
Shower, witnessing the whole process unfold. When Rice Shower's body was carried away,
Oh, God.
Matoba bowed deeply for his longtime partner. Rice Shower's groom, Kawashima, could not stop crying at the sudden loss. A symbol of hope who brought many newfound inspiration, had been snuffed out at the very same racetrack which garnered him so much love.
That's,
and
oh my
hatred.
God.
Unsurprisingly, Rice Shower's death became the headline news in Japan sports, and several monuments were created in honor of him. One in Utopia Farm, where Rice Shower was born, and the other at the Kyoto racecourse. At the end of the year in 1995, the JRA gave a special award to Rice Shower, commemorating the racehorse,
Mm.
and in 2010, Kika Sho was also renamed to the Rice Shower Memorial.
Nice.
Fans
I like
gather
that.
to this day to pay their respects to Rice Shower, displaying their gratitude and mourning his loss. Though Rice Shower sadly met a tragic demise, the legacy of this racehorse lives on both in the hearts of his dedicated fans and personified as a kind-hearted Uma in Uma Musume. So, the next time Rice Shower gives you a little trouble while training, keep this video in mind. The legacy of this horse is shaped after one of many ups and downs. This was the story of Rice Shower,
Jeez.
a racehorse forever remembered by many in Japan. One who both stole dreams and inspired them.
And inspired
who
them.
invoked
Wow.
hatred and hope.
Jeez.
Who would you like to see next?
I feel like Rice Shower's story might be the one I remember the most. I mean, I've only watched 2 of these so far, but that is so tragic. Like, man, and it's just so unfortunate that, and we don't know what the horse is actually feeling. We know how the character in the anime felt. We know how she felt. She was able to express her feelings about how everyone reacted to her victories, right? But the actual horse in real life doesn't get that chance. We don't know what the horse was feeling. The closest we can get is how the jockey felt, Matoba, and he seemed deeply saddened by Rice Shower's death there at the end. It's just I don't even know. Man, that was tragic. That was and I wasn't expecting it. I was not expecting it. It took me by surprise, right? Because the race started with Matoba sort of taking it easy, keeping Rice Shower towards the back because he could feel that something was off, something was different, and that this wasn't a race to win. It was just a race to sort of get through, just for the morale of the people, really. And I guess Rice Shower decided they wanted to compete, or I don't know what happened really that caused Rice Shower to want to accelerate, and then it just went all downhill from there. And it's really sad that these careers aren't very long to begin with, and the slightest injury could mean literal death because you're moving at such fast speeds, such high speeds on a racetrack surrounded by other large horses who weigh hundreds of pounds. You trip and you fall, you can get trampled, you can get run over. If you just trip and fall at that speed, it could mean the end of your life as a horse, and that's insane. That's insane. That's sad. I was having a good time with these videos until this one. I'll tell you that, man. But watching this video, it really brought back how I felt about Rice Shower's reception in the anime. And like I said before, Rice Shower in the anime, she could tell us how she felt about that reception, about how people were responding to her, and to know that the real life lore was and I'm learning. I know for sure that the lore is the events in the anime are as close to the lore as possible. It was just unfortunate that it actually was that way in real life, that the horse did nothing wrong, and you guys are labeling the horse as an assassin from the West, or like, some of these names are ridiculous. But I know that's also the media's job to try and draw viewers and draw eyes to the situation. I get that. It was just unfortunate. It was just unfortunate, man. This is bringing up my anger all over again. And then now knowing how Rice Shower's story ends, it makes me upset all over again.